What's up and Galen there, everybody? Welcome back to the Modern Roots Kitchen channel. Today we're making these beautiful Dr. Pepper glazed short ribs. It's gonna be amazing. Stay tuned, roll the intro. Alright y'all, so first things first, we gotta get our short ribs seared. So I got a Dutch oven pot right here with a little bit of oil on high heat. I got my beautiful bone-in short ribs here. I'm just gonna hit them pretty heavily with some kosher salt on all sides. I wanna make sure they're all beautifully seasoned. That way when we sear them in the pan, this kind of makes like a beautiful little crust. Imparts that flavor directly into the meat. Don't forget to season the bone as well. Hit all of that with our kosher salt. Lots of freshly ground black pepper as well. Both sides. Don't be afraid of the pepper. Beautiful. Now we got our hot pot over here. I'm gonna go ahead and sear these off. I'm gonna start with the opposite of the bone-in. Want to hear a nice sizzle, that's how you know they're gonna be seared. I'm gonna go ahead and do these in batches as well. I'm gonna do 3 first, then I'll add the other 2, that way we get a nice sear. You don't want to overcrowd the pot, then you end up steaming your short ribs and you don't get a crust on them. They just start boiling. So yeah, we'll do 3 and then we'll hit the other 2. Alright y'all, so we got our other 2 ribs all nice and seared up. I'm going to remove all of these. I got a nice crust on all of them. I got all this beautiful fond at the bottom. That just means the stuff stuck to the bottom of the pan, all that beautiful flavor. So I'm going to take advantage of that and I'm going to throw in my vegetables. So I got 1 small onion here, just a white onion. And I got 1 small carrot. Throw those in there, brown them off a little bit. I got 2 guajillo chiles right here. Gonna dump those in también. And I have 1 tablespoon of, half a tablespoon of cumin seed. I'm gonna toast those in there. Hit it with a little bit more salt. 3 bay leaves, and then I'm just gonna let this kind of saute a little bit. And then we're gonna go ahead and deglaze with some beautiful beef broth and Dr. Pepper. Alright y'all, so our vegetables are getting nice and brown, nice and sweated down. I got about a cup of pepperoncini rings. I'm going to go ahead and throw these joints in there. I have, 32 ounces of beef broth right here. This is just HEB beef broth. If you have your own homemade beef broth, go ahead and use that. I got this one from HEB. We're just going to use this liquid to deglaze our pan and lift all that beautiful flavor off of the pan. So I also have, 7.5 fluid ounce Dr. Pepper cans. This is all I had on hand. I'm gonna grab 2 of these joints for 15 ounces of Dr. Pepper. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw these in the braising liquid as well. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and bring this up to a boil. We're gonna add our seared short ribs, and they're gonna braise in the oven for 3 hours, and they're gonna be absolutely delicious, syrupy, amazing, tender short ribs. I'll see you guys when it's time. Alright, so boom, we got our braising liquid all up to a boil right here. It's nice and hot. Got our seared short ribs right here. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss these guys in the pool. No particular way. They're gonna kind of float to the top a little bit. You want a little bit of the top to be showing. So all it braises is you're gonna almost submerge your meat in a braising liquid, and then the top is gonna be exposed, so it's gonna get nice and crispy on top, nice and tender on the bottom, and then you can go ahead and flip it halfway through. So I got these guys just floating and all that goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 capful of Mexican vanilla. This is gonna go really nicely with the Dr. Pepper and all the flavors that are in there, the cumin, all that stuff. Dr. Pepper has so many flavors. It's got juniper and cherry and vanilla and citrus and all these spices and herbs and anise and things like that. So this is gonna be beautiful. So I'm just gonna let this chill for a sec. I'm gonna throw it in the oven. We're gonna put a timer for 3 hours, and then we'll check it when it's done. Super simple. Alright y'all, so it's been about 3 hours. Our short ribs have been in the oven getting all tender and delicious and glazed. I have a nice beautiful bed of mashed potato here. If you haven't seen my mashed potato video, I'll link it down in the description below so you can see my mashed potatoes. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab these beautiful short ribs right out of that pot. And we're gonna do this family style. I'm just gonna stack them on top of these mashed potatoes. All delicious, super tender, all full of Dr. Pepper. Get all the juices. Beautiful. So one more step. I'm going to go ahead and let me see what I got here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove our guajillo chiles from our pot, and I'm gonna turn this braising liquid into a delicious gravy to go all over our short ribs. All right, so all we gotta do to make our gravy is we're gonna bring our sauce up to a simmer. I got equal parts cornstarch and water here. It's called a cornstarch slurry. This is gonna thicken up our liquid into a gravy. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that right in there. It's about a tablespoon each, maybe a tablespoon and a half. I'm just gonna stir that in immediately. We're gonna bring this up to a just under a boil. It's gonna thicken it nicely. We're gonna pour it all over those short ribs so we don't lose any of that flavor. Alright y'all, let's move in for a close-up shot. We got our short ribs, we got our mashed potatoes. Our gravy is nice and thickened. I'm gonna go ahead and pour it all over this beautiful dish. We got our beef stock, our Dr. Pepper, our pepperoncinis, our carrots, our onions. All of that deliciousness. We're just gonna throw it on there. Get those beautiful glazed carrots. All the sugars and the Dr. Pepper kind of glaze everything. Got a little bit of spice from those guajillo chiles. All the different herbs and spices from the soda and our cumin seeds. Alright y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and get a taste of these short ribs. I'm gonna bust out a butter knife. Look at that. Super tender, fall off the bone. Not completely shredded, still has some body to it. Nice and glazed from all that Dr. Pepper. Mm. Mm. That is delicious. Go ahead and try that recipe for sure. Leave a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Comment down below what you want to see on the next episode. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.